Thanks for watching Times News. With me, Yanko Seunda. First, the headlines. The Teachers Union of Malawi agrees to suspend the teachers' strike effective tomorrow, March 9th. Malawi and Botswana agree to support each other's interests in the Southern Africa development community. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority has announced an upward adjustment of fuel prices. We have these and other stories. Please stay with us. The Teachers Union of Malawi and Ministry of Education are currently signing an addendum in which ATUM has agreed to suspend the teachers' strike effective tomorrow on March 9th. Among other things agreed are that teachers will be given money equivalent to PPEs that were meant for them for 3 months upon agreement by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. The signatories to the addendum are ATUM President William Malimba and Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Education Administration, Kiswell Dakamau. Malimba explains.
Let me inform the nation and the teachers, and let me commend the teachers for the unity they had for this strike. I'm asking the teachers now, from tomorrow, they should go to school. And I should inform them that this is a suspension, because it's just a commitment. If the government is failing to fulfill the commitment to make what we have agreed, then we're going back to on the street. But teachers from tomorrow, they should go back to work, and I'm sure they will go back to, because they are waiting for my words to go to them, and I'm producing those words that they should go back to work.
And co-chair of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Brenex Akaise, explains.
Not only this issue of what we have agreed today, we even again follow up with the other issues that they signed before. It is our mandate as a committee to make sure that what has been signed today, it is being implemented. The resolutions that have been made today, they are implemented. And not only what has been agreed today, but even other issues which were discussed before, which were agreed before, like promotion, vacancies in secondary school secondary schools, and arrears. We are there to make sure that we follow them.
Malawi and Botswana heads of state have agreed to support each other's interests in the Southern Africa Development Community SADC, while they also strengthen several areas of cooperation of mutual benefit. Botswana President Kwagwanji Masisi was in the country for a one-day working visit where he had bilateral discussions with President Lazarus Chakwera at Kamu's Palace in Lilongwe. More in this report.
After the talks, the two held a press briefing at the palace before Masisi left the country. Chakwera indicated that the two countries have several areas of mutual interest and cooperation, further stating that the two have areas that they both want to see developed. Botswana is currently the chairperson of the SADC organ on politics, defense and security, while Malawi would be chairing the SADC in 5 months' time.
Firstly, Malawi and Botswana are both part of the Southern Africa Development Community, SADC, in which Botswana chairs the organ on politics, defense and security, while Malawi will start chairing SADC itself in 5 months' time. In fact, President Masisi hosted the SADC Troika Summit in Gaborone on November 27, 2020, which I personally attended, and so it is a pleasure to host him here in Lilongwe.
The two heads of state have since agreed to open missions in the two countries to further strengthen the bilateral ties. Masisi indicated that there is a need to broaden several areas of mutual cooperation.
So not only do we come in friendship, and to rekindle our past relation activities, we want to enhance them. Your Excellency, we want to move beyond the existing or the established agreements of cooperation. We are in the era of COVID. We want to collaborate with Malawi with respect to research on COVID.
Masisi is the first head of state to visit Malawi since Chakwera became president last year. Vice President Saulos Chilima welcomed him at Kamuzu International Airport.
The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority (MERA) has announced an upward adjustment of fuel prices effective Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. The prices are as follows: petrol from 834 kwacha 60 tambala to 899 kwacha 20 tambala, representing 7.74%. Diesel from 826 kwacha 40 tambala to 898 kwacha rather, representing 8.66%. Paraffin from 613 kwacha 20 tambala to 719 kwacha 60 tambala. Gas has been adjusted from 1,880 kwacha per kilogram to 1,952 kwacha, representing 3.83%. MERA spokesperson Fitina Konje has made the announcement at the press briefing in Lilongwe.
With changes like that, it is not attainable for us to continue selling the fuel at the prevailing prices. So with changes in the free-on-board prices, as well as changes in the Malawi kwacha, which of course the kwacha has just dropped by about 1.16%, but the main determinant is the change in the free-on-board prices, or changes in the prices on the international market. So this is a factor that is beyond our control, the factor that is beyond MERA or Malawi's control in general. That's why we have to adjust.
Parliament has adjourned prematurely on Monday afternoon due to internet connectivity challenges. The August House was at committee of supply stage, and members of Parliament who were outside the chamber were failing to contribute to deliberations due to connectivity challenges. Leader of the House, Richard Chimwendo Banda, then asked First Deputy Speaker Madaliso Kazombo for an early adjournment.
Today we started a very critical activity, that's the Committee of Supply, which is supposed to be attended by all members of Parliament. And you know, with the virtual hybrid regulations is that, arrangements is that we have people contribute from the from wherever they are, as long as they are on virtual. And now today we have failed. We first suspended Parliament for 30 minutes. And the technicians tried to work on it, it couldn't work. And basically what happens, I do monitor what's happening in the video, and I do get messages from members of Parliament on our forum, but again on another platform that we created, just to check if our colleagues are able to participate. So you have seen the Speaker or the Chairperson of the Committee of Supply recognizing members, over 7 or 8 of them, on virtual, but that has not worked. And looking at how important this exercise is, wouldn't allow votes to pass without them attending to the activity.
Well, we apologize for that slight technical hitch, but moving on, Enlightened Christian Gathering ECG leader Prophet Shepherd BUSHIRI and his wife Mary on Monday asked Chief Resident Magistrate Patrick Chiba to recuse himself in a case in which the state wants the two extradited back to South Africa to face trial. During yesterday's court appearance, it was communicated that the case, which was earlier being handled by Principal Resident Magistrate Viva Nyimba, had been transferred to Chief Resident Magistrate Patrick Chirwa, as Nyimba was unwell. Daunga Sabola has more in this report.
Lawyer for the Bushiris, Wapona Kita, argued that Chirwa, as he is the one who issued a warrant of arrest against the Bushiris, which the High Court stopped being effected. Kita asked the court for adjournment of the case so that his side makes a formal application for the magistrate to recuse himself.
And the matter should transfer to a different magistrate. We should take the matter. So the court has directed that we file a formal application and it will hear the matter on Monday next week, 15th of March. Yes, that is fine. To work within the time that the court has given us. We're okay with that.
Director of Public Prosecutions, Steve Kayuni, objected to Kita's pleas, saying the matter at hand is sensitive and needs to be handled with urgency it deserves.
In January, I did make an order that when come the 8th of March, both parties should be ready and the matter should proceed expeditiously. We were just trying to emphasize the point that this is the court order that was made earlier on, and then they also indicated that they were ready to start the proceedings. So we did indicate to court that all the parties are indicating that they are ready. It's only right and proper that the matter proceeds.
Nyirenda has since adjourned the case to Tuesday next week.
Women globally, we are today commemorating International Women's Day. Speaking during the launch of the day in Lilongwe, Minister of Gender Patricia Kaliati hailed women and organizations who have championed the rights of women in the country. She said their various initiatives have helped to improve the welfare of women and uphold their rights. This is part of her speech.
As we are commemorating this 2021 International Day of Women, we would like to see women also being saluted and being supported and being given something else when they're going out of that marriage. Because we worked tirelessly making sure that the man should be seen well. All these men who are here, who are looking so handsome, is because of a woman who they've left at home.
Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Culture Michael Usi has encouraged operators in the tourism sector to reposition their businesses following challenges being faced due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Usi was speaking on Monday during an interface with tourism operators in Mulanje. Gary Samati has followed this report.
During the meeting, Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Culture Michael Usi said tourism operators should prepare for a strong comeback as soon as the COVID situation improves across the country. Usi further said his ministry has outlined a number of strategies to ensure that the tourism industry improves.
As you know, we are in this COVID era, which has actually affected negatively the tourism industry. We need to reflect on our marketing strategies, because we will not be in this situation forever. It will be history, and we hope to bounce back strongly. So what we are saying, let us look at our marketing strategy. When we talk about tourism, we are talking about selling Malawi.
Most tourism operators have complained about experiencing slow business, as the industry makes money from visitors from other parts of the world, which has been restricted due to the COVID-19 pandemic. One such operator, Nancy Chinyanya, who owns Nancy's Dream Restaurant and is chairperson of Tourism Association of Mount Mulanje, said her business has been closed for a while due to the pandemic.
Because of this pandemic, the coronavirus, which has hit the institutions and the businesses in Mulanje, some of the businesses, like my business, is completely closed. And I had to lay off all my workers because I couldn't manage paying them.
It was recently revealed that 30,000 jobs have been lost in Malawi's tourism industry due to travel restrictions as a result of COVID-19, while the economy has been starved for the 2 billion kwacha in tourism revenue.
We will be back after this break.
To achieve great things in life, you must do little things every day, like the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. 1,
populations are at more risk, as some parents are reluctant to take their wards to hospital for fear of contracting the virus. The organization's executive director, Thomas Ngwira, suggested that various interventions should be introduced, such as taking health education to children for them to be aware of their health rights. Patience Lunda has more in this report.
On its part, to address the challenge, ASUD has formed a grouping of children from surrounding areas of Mzuzu City, where needy children are provided with various basic needs, and health officials teach them about their health rights. According to Ngwira, if the children know about their health rights, they'll be able to demand to be hospitalized when need arises.
Needs that children that are orphans and needy are facing within Nkorong Health Center, they are lacking many things. Like, for example, they lack counseling, they lack food, and many other things. Even interaction is lacking. Therefore, we thought of coming up with this kind of idea to make sure that we join them together and be meeting once a month.
Apparently, the organization has reached out to 100 needy children with blankets, as it was noted that some of the children were prone to illnesses such as pneumonia. One of the beneficiaries, Deborah Kamanga, hailed the organization for the intervention.
They will help us not to feel well.
Action for Sustainable Development, ASUD, is targeting children below the age of 19 in the initiative.
Salvation for All Ministries has donated assorted COVID-19 prevention supplies to over 1,000 households in Lilongwe. Jameson Chauluka was there and now reports.
Salvation for All Ministries, which is led by Apostle Clifford Kawinga, has been in similar missions before. On top of sharing the word of God, Apostle Kawinga and the church have been distributing Bibles, bags of flour and blankets. When COVID-19 struck, the church started distributing COVID-19 prevention supplies to the vulnerable people. Over the weekend, the church distributed buckets fitted with taps, soap, hand sanitizers and face masks to over 1,000 households at Malinkunde in Lilongwe South constituency. Making the donation, Pastor Wiseman Gift Master, who preached to the people, said the church cannot leave the fight against the spread of COVID-19 to government alone.
As the ministry for all ministries, Salvation for All Ministries, we saw it very much important to take part and to join together the government on this COVID thing, because we know that COVID is not joking. It's claiming a lot of lives and it has claimed a lot of people. That's why as a ministry we took it seriously to come and preach the gospel to the people, because we know as the government is also telling other people to say, you need to join us, we need to come together so that we can defeat this COVID.
The church has also been making similar donations to several other households across the country.
Matenda amenewa ngati sitingadalire pa Kristu Yesu tikhala tikuvutika, koma tikadalira pa Kristu Yesu moyo wathu sukhala chimodzimodzi ndipo moyo wathu ukhala osinthika.
We are celebrating 30 years of promoting sustainable growth and financial development to people through cost-effective, inclusive programming and improved access to financial services. MUDI SACCO on Saturday announced an 82 million kwacha surplus for the year 2020 when they unveiled a new office building at Chichiri in Vanta. Our reporter Wedden Impasa was at the function and has this report read by Editor Soko.
Inaugurated in 1990 as Malawi Bureau of Standards SACCO with only 50 members, MUDI SACCO had a 8,299 membership as of 2020, with all operations automated and a consolidated system that allows members to access the SACCO's products and services online 24/7. Stanley Mpaya, president of MUDI SACCO, said regardless of the bad business environment that engulfed the business community in 2020, including COVID-19, MUDI SACCO managed to make a surplus of 82 million kwacha from 52 million kwacha as of 2019.
We were having a 3-phase celebration: the AGM, for MUDI SACCO. We were also unveiling the MUDI New Look office, and then we're also celebrating 30 years of existence in Malawi. The day has been so important to us because we never knew we would get to 30 years, but at the same time, in the year, we had a lot of challenges, the most important one being that of COVID-19. And we didn't know that we are going to have surplus of 82 million kwajas.
Wiskes Nkombezi, Registrar of Cooperative Societies under the Ministry of Industry, who was the guest of honor at the function, said it is the duty of all stakeholders, including government, to sensitize the people to join financial service providers, including SACCOs. He said the story of financial inclusion in Malawi is incomplete without mentioning the SACCOs.
You are aware that in Malawi we still have a certain section of our people that is not banked, that is financially excluded. In other words, they can't access certain financial services. So I was appealing to them to make sure that they make MUDI SACCO sustainable, but also making sure this message goes to all Malawians to support the SACCO movement in Malawi. Because the story of financial inclusion in Malawi, the story of access to finance is incomplete without mentioning SACCOs.
The function took place at MUDI SACCO Chishiri offices, where they elected a new board at an AGM and unveiled a new office building, while celebrating 30 years of existence in Malawi.
That's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines once again. The Teachers Union of Malawi agrees to suspend the teachers' strike effective tomorrow, March 9th. Malawi and Botswana agree to support each other's interests in the Southern Africa Development Community. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority has announced an upward adjustment of fuel prices. You have been with me, Anko Seunda. Thanks for watching.
Good evening, it's time for the weather report. I am Gary Samati. Expect locally heavy rain associated with thunderstorms to continue mainly over the northern and central areas of the country. This is as the intertropical convergence zone oscillates over Malawi. Advisory: avoid crossing flooded rivers and fast-flowing waters. In Shire Valley, expect partly cloudy conditions with isolated rain showers tonight and during early morning. Hot and partly cloudy conditions during the afternoon. In Southern Highlands, expect rain showers over most areas tonight and during early morning. Partly cloudy conditions with isolated rain showers during the afternoon. In central areas, expect localized rain tonight and during early morning. Expect localized heavy rain with thunderstorms during the afternoon. In lakeshore areas, expect heavy rain associated with thunderstorms over most areas tonight and during early morning. Locally heavy rain and thunderstorms during the afternoon. And in northern areas, expect heavy rain, which is expected over most areas tonight and during early morning. Cloudy conditions with heavy rain and thunderstorms during the afternoon. Forecast temperatures. Ngabu, a minimum of 23 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Blantyre, a minimum of 16 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius. Lilongwe, a minimum of 17 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius. Mangoji, a minimum of 23 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. And in Zuzu, a minimum of 17 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 23 degrees Celsius. Wind will be variable but gusty and strong in stormy areas. And on Wednesday, expect rain weather over most areas. Let's now conclude with the times for sunrise and sunset for tomorrow, 9 March 2021. In Zuzu, the sun will rise at 13 minutes to 6 and will set at 3 minutes past 6. In Lilongwe, the sun will rise at 12 minutes to 6 and will set at 5 minutes past 6. And in Blantyre, the sun will rise at 21 minutes to 6 and will set at 1 minute past 6. That's the weather for tonight. I am Gary Samati. Have a lovely evening.